Adoption Agency. I am Pinky. How may I help you today? You're here to adopt. Fantastic. So, what type of animal were you looking? Cat, dog, rat, mouse? A dog. Great choice. Okay, so sadly, I have to ask you some questions here. I have 4 sheets of paper filled with questions. I know, annoying, but to get this official, we'll need to do this. Okay, so before we start, I'll just let you know all of this information, when you provide your email, will be emailed to you in a few hours, tops 5 hours. It will take us about 24 to 48 hours to get somebody out there to inspect your home, because we do need to do an inspection, and then we can, move on with the process and get you your dog, since you'll already have filled out all the information, and then we can just match you with the couple of perfect dogs for you, and you can choose. Great, okay. Hopefully I can make this as quick as possible. I'm just gonna put my information right there. Okay, let's begin. So the first thing I'll need from you is your full name. Yes, including middle if you have one. Perfect. And then, can I get a phone number and email for you as well? Great. And then an email. Great, okay. And then, will there be a co-owner, a friend who lives with you, a partner, a relationship, boyfriend, fiance, husband, anything like of the sort? Yes, okay. Can I get their full name, phone number, and email as well? Okay. Middle, yes, if they have one as well. And then their phone number. Great, okay. And then an email. Perfect. I'm just gonna take my little highlighter. And I'll just check those things off here. I'll just be checking off the list as we go. There we go. Okay. So now I'm gonna need 3 references. So 3 non-family members. Names and phone numbers. We don't need to do email. Well, we could do full names and then email or phone numbers. So you can choose if you don't know their phone number but you know their email. If you don't know their email but you know their phone number. Either one works. Yes, they have to be non-family. Yeah, anyone can work. Co-workers, neighbors, friends, anything like that. Okay. And then their phone number. Great. for every single person. To you. And then last person. Phone number. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and use my mouse. Relationship to you. Okay, the second person. And the third. Perfect. And do this. Perfect. And then, do you have a specific vet that you like to go to, and with this animal, that's where you think you'll be taking them? Great. Can I get the vet name? Or the clinic name? And then the vet name. Oh yes, that's where we take our animals. Yeah, the one down the street. Yeah, we take them down there too. That's a great place. Then I know the vet's name for that. Don't need you to tell me, but thank you. Okay. Okay, how many adults and children are in the home? So anyone 18 or older for adults, and anyone 17 and younger. Okay, so we have adult, that's for adults, correct? Okay, and then children. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, great. Let me just cross that off as well. Okay, who will be the primary caregiver to this dog? There can be multiple, so it could be you and the co-owner, it could be you and another person, it could be 3 people, it could be as many as you want. Okay. Perfect. And on average, how many children visit your home? That aren't family related, I guess, friends of your kids or whatever, anything like that. Daily, weekly, monthly, never, or other, and you will explain that, like, oh, other, about every 2 weeks we have a child come over or something like that. Okay. Perfect. And why are you interested in adopting these animals? Check all the following that apply to you. A family pet, personal companion, service animal, to teach children responsibility, protection, companion for other animals you currently care for, or a gift for a friend or family member, or other, again, and explain. There can be multiple, correct? Okay. Great, all great choices you selected. Let me just select those. I can cross out the ones that we don't need to see. Okay, that's the first page done. Throw that over there. Okay, so can you please describe in your own words, why are you adopting that they're fully dry because it's like this new technology. It's weird, but I apologize for that. Okay, perfect. And have you ever cared for a dog before as an adult? Yeah, because majoritively, as a child, parents take care of it, but as an adult, have you cared for a dog in the past? Okay. Great. And then how much would you say the activity level is in your home? Very quiet, moderately quiet, active, or very active, or other, and then explain again. Okay. That's pretty standard for a home, so I'm glad. Yeah, because we have a lot of dogs who do well in that type of environment. And then, is everyone in the household in agreement with the adoption of this animal? For you, in your case, a dog. Okay, great. And has anyone in the household been charged with abuse to animals? Ever? Okay. Great. Okay. Does anyone have an allergy to these animals? To a dog or just animals in general? Great. And then, do you rent or own a home? And if you rent, I'll need a landlord approved note or contract for you to bring a dog into the home. Whichever is easier for you to get. If you rent only. You own. Fantastic. Okay, great. Okay. Do you currently own any pets? You don't need to tell me. We'll get to that in a little bit, but do you just have any other pets? Okay. What will you do with your pet when you go out of town on vacation? Anything like that. Leave it home with enough food and water to make it through while you're gone. Hire a pet sitter. Leave it with friends or family or other, and explain. Great. That's perfect. Just select that one there. And that's it for page 2. I told you we could whizzing through these. Does your job require you to travel a lot? Great. Has a pet passed away that you own? You have cared for in the past 5 years, and explain. I know it can be a tough topic and hard to, but it is required. I'm so sorry for your loss. have a doggy door? It's a question on the form, but we skip it if you weren't getting a dog. Okay. Do you have a pool? Since you don't have a pool, I don't need to ask. Do you have a gate or fence around the pool? Do you have a fenced yard for the dog to do their business, run around, play, all of that? So I'll answer that. And then that one. And that one. I got 3 answers from you in one. Have you ever surrendered an animal in the past? Okay. Now we'll be getting into that secondary or first pet that you have owned. So, is that pet up to their vaccines? Vaccinated and up to, are their vaccinations up to date? Perfect. What is their gender and age? Great. What kind of pet do you have? Okay. How long have you had this pet? Okay. And then, does it normally live inside or outside? Great. And then, last question. Does it have any medical issues or conditions? Great. Perfect. And is it spayed or neutered? Spayed and neutered. Sorry, spayed and neutered. Great. That's it for that question. Do you promise to commit to this animal despite changes in your life? And if you had to give up this animal, what would you do with it? Would you just dump it, take it to your local shelter, take it back here, give it to a friend or family member? What would you do if you had to? So you promise to commit. Okay, great. This is basically like you promise just not to dump it. If you just have no reason or whatever, you promise to commit to it. But if you literally have to, like if physically you have to, what would be the cause? And what would you do with your animal? Okay, great. I love that answer. Yeah, that's so great. A lot of people come in here just being like, I think I want a dog. And then they're like, whoa, this is much more. So I'm glad you really thought about it. When you leave, not on like vacation, just like everyday things, like shopping, going to the park, whatever, what will you do with your animal? Will it have free roam of the home? Will it be put in a kennel, like outside? Will there be like a little gate, like those gates you can put in a home to a certain room? It can be in like the living room, or as an example. Will it be locked in a room, or anything else you can think of? Free roam of the home. Perfect. And then, how long is this animal typically going to be home on a day-to-day basis with work and school and things like that? 1 to 4 hours, 4 to 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours, 10 plus hours, or other, and for other, explain. Okay, that's great. Oh, okay, I see. Let me just... There we go. Where will the dog sleep / stay at nighttime? You know, will it sleep on your bed? Will it be in its kennel? Will it have a bed on the floor of the bedroom? What are you planning? Okay. Perfect. And then, what is your current rate of money per month? Like, how much do you make typically on a month basis? No judgment, just a requirement. Okay. And then, do you have stairs in your home? Okay. That's page 3 done. Just one last page. And then, what would typically be your monthly expenses? Monthly expenses, medical expenses for your animal on a typical year basis. $100 a year, $200 to $400 a year, $400 to $800 a year, $800 to $1,000 a year, or no limit. Okay. That's great. A lot of people go as cheap as they possibly could. Sometimes that's hard because you really have to scour to really dig through our animal's history to really make sure, because we want to give you the best fit matches possible. But I'm really glad you chose that answer. Will you invest in training if necessary, or if necessary, perform it yourself? Okay. That's great. What type of behavior is inappropriate and not an option for the family? Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. What would you do if the animal showed this type of behavior in the home after arrival? Maybe a month in, and they're starting to perform these behaviors that are completely acceptable. What would you do? Okay. Great choice. A lot of people say, I just give up the animal, but it's just sometimes hard to hear that. It's like, oh no, you really have to go digging and make sure, no matter what situation this animal's in, that they won't do that, because our goal here is to really make sure you have that animal for a lifelong and they live a full, successful life. We can skip this question since you said that you would invest in training. Can you provide a detailed description of the home? Rooms, square footage, amount of rooms, square footage, all of that. Perfect. Again, as I said, we will be doing an inspection of the home before you could adopt, so we'll measure all of that ourselves, but we just want a base imagination. Yeah, also like floors, but you gave me that, so we're good on all of that. If you have floors and all of that, good stuff. Any extra details about the life you will provide for this animal that you want to tell me? Oh, that's so great, yeah. A life just cooped up and only let out to use the bathroom and play for a few minutes is no fun life for a dog, so I'm really great and happy that you said those things. What would you do if any of these scenarios happened, / like if any of these training things happened. Using the bathroom in the home. Aggression to others. Animal and others, like animals and humans, you know, if a guest comes to your home and they're barking and lunging and all of that. Okay. What about chewing? Damage done to home if they ripped up the curtains, gotten trash, ripped up things, like, and you came home and your house was a mess one day because of your dog, what would you do? Okay, perfect. Let me just check these off as we go. How would you go about training your animal and what the word no means? Would you hit them, you know, tug of the leash? Would you smack them, yell at them, talk in a deep voice? You know, how would you get them to understand the word no and that they cannot do what they are doing? That's great. I can definitely tell you've had dogs before. You definitely know how to answer these questions perfectly. Okay. And then, oh, we already answered that question. I don't know why it's on the forum again. I apologize for that. And this last question is basically you just agreeing to providing any documents necessary during the home inspections. You are agreeing to letting us come to your home and do a home inspection, and just agreeing that the information you provided is 100% the truth and all of that. Okay, great. So now what I'm going to need is we finished that, I apologize. We finished that form. So now what I'm gonna need is we're both going to sign this piece of paper here. I just have some signature lines. The top one is for you and the bottom one is for me. So I'll start first. Okay, great. So now you're just signing again, saying that all that information you provided is true and all of that. There you are. You're done. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Get a photo of that right here. Let me grab that. Take a photo right here. Perfect. And upload it to our computer. And finish. Perfect. Thank you very much. So that's all the information I'll need from you today. Again, in the tops of 5 hours, you will receive an email restating all the information you provided and the photo of the signature. You will get contacted through phone or email or text message when we can do a home inspection, and you can just accept or decline, or we can call and we'll call you and schedule an appointment at some point. Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming. Lovely doing business with you. Yeah, truly a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon with a new dog.